articulation into the combinations and things that we've been working on from the Kata. So we were specifically working on our core twist and our hip twist, going from a closed position where I'm square towards the front, my hips are square to the front, and to an open hip position where I'm twisting to the side, I'm keeping my feet and knees still, but I'm trying to rotate my hips so I'm quite narrow and my hips are elongated. I feel like my knees are going opposite directions. I'm quite open in the middle, and then twisting back forward. I'm closing everything. My knees feel like they're coming closer together. I'm really closing that space between my legs, keeping my posture rotating open and closed. So that was our first articulation, is generating power from the hips by rotating to the side and rotating front. The second power articulation that we were using in the body is the expansion and contraction. So we're expanding by joining our shoulder blades together, using a lot of the muscles in the top of the back, having our chest become proud and really activating our shoulders. And then we're opposing that by contracting our stomach, tucking our tail, bringing our hips in, and tightening our core so our shoulders come down. I'm doing like half that crunch forwards here. So back body and front body. Back articulation, front articulation. And then combining those two things together. So I'm in 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. I can rotate my hips open and really activate my back and my shoulders. And then when I rotate my hips to a closed position, I'm facing forwards. As I come around, I'm tucking my tail, contracting my abs, and crunching. So I'm going back body open, front body closed. And getting that kind of double articulation with the twist and the compression. Then we're using that idea through all of our combinations. So from the Kata, we have back of the hand, elbow. So we're working on twisting our hips open, contracting the back as that hand came out, twisting our hips closed to the front, compressing on the strike. Back, front, expand, compress. The next one was, again, that low block and roundhouse punch. Same idea. As the low block gets delivered, I'm going back body, I'm twisting away from it, hips open. And then as I deliver that roundhouse punch around my body, I'm compressing, bringing my hips forwards, twisting to the front, and coming closed again. Open, closed, open, closed. The third combination was throwing that back fist up, grabbing what's there as I get ready, and delivering my strike. So again, back body, hip open on the delivery and the grab, and then the strike is where I come forward and compress. 1, 2, 1, 2. If I'm going for the whole motion here and not just straight into it, I'm coming forward at this part and coming back out to come in. So it's kind of, there's a lot more hip movement, but we'll get to that at a later point. I'm happy if you can just go from here, up, and then down, just do a 1, 2. The fourth combination we were doing is the one from the Kiai, where we're doing both hands out at the same time. Because this one's a barrier and this one's hitting, I want to deliver them at the same time, which leaves me with the question of where I articulate the back and where I compress to come forwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull our hands back to get them ready, and that's where I'm going to articulate the back. My hips are open, I'm standing a little bit more narrow with my hands back, and then as I come forward to strike into the target to approach my opponent, that's when I'm rotating and compressing. So back and front. Back. Again, this one's just a blocker, a shield, a distraction. That's my head underneath. 1, 2. Back body, front body. Get that articulation and compression going. And that was the first section that we were working with. Next thing, we're going to go over to the rope drill. I'll show you kind of what we were working with some body articulation and head position at the end of the day. Okay, so getting our foot position. When we're on the line, we're thinking of a diagonal line for our feet, 1 foot at each end of the line with my hips and body facing forward. And all I'm going to be doing is bending one knee, then bending the other knee, coming forwards and backwards. Okay, now moving on to our rope drill. This was a new drill for us tonight. And what we're doing is we're setting up a rope down in a straight line. As we were doing it today, it was hung between 2 points at our shoulder level, but you can also do the same thing with the rope along the ground. Getting our foot position, we want to stand on a diagonal line, so 1 foot is on one side of the rope and 1 foot is on the other side of the rope. I'm articulating my body. I want to move my head position over one leg to the other leg by bending my knee, having my shoulders and head lean to that side, and then bending my other knee, having my shoulders and head lean to that side. So I'm going back and forth on a diagonal line with my head moving from one side of the rope to the other. Now, if you're using a rope on the ground or just a line on the floor, you can just do leaning back and forth. This would be the equivalent of a slip. As a punch or a strike came in, you'd just be slipping your head to the side where it would go past, right? When we have the line hung up at our shoulders, we can do a bob and weave, which is bending our knees, coming up over the other side, bending down, transitioning under, and coming up on the other side, really making a U shape as we go down and up, going from one knee to the other. And this would be when a strike or something came towards me, instead of just slipping to the side, I'm bending out of the way and coming up around the other side of it, so I can set up different strikes and different combinations, get different angles for my holds, all those kinds of things. So if you're working at home, really practice both the U, going down and up with the knees, as well as the back and forth. If you have room to hang a rope, great. If not, just chalk line on the ground also works. Happy training.